need to ask yourself, where am I right now? Where's the background gone?
Police! Police! Help!
I'm sorry to tell you, but this woman has sent me her life savings so I can upgrade. Let's get into it.
He just pursued and made it a point to make sure he talked to me almost every day.
Nice.
Hello?
Hello?
Babe?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Oh. And because he couldn't get into that account, it was locked.
I'm so sorry, but I have to pause. Man just went, yeah? Are you busting a nut already? Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Pay $15,000 was the
I
initial
swear they
amount,
use this image so
and
much.
I had the money.
Stephanie.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com.
Yep.
Over a period of more than 9 months, I would say Perry Anderson received $83,000 from.
Yeah, shut the hell up right now. How much? Sorry? 83,000, and his name is what? Perry Anderson. Perry Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. He sounds like if Baskin Robbins had a very underperforming competitor.
On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Stephanie who is in an online
Perry
relationship
Anderson.
with a man who claims his name is Perry. The two met on the dating app Silver Singles and have been communicating through messages and phone calls.
Whoa! The Riz on your screen right now is insane. And Riz is charisma or ability to chat up. For anyone who doesn't know, I dream of making love to a beautiful woman like you. You horny bastard. Yeah? Your satanic levels of horniness. You need cleansing, Perry Anderson. You need to be cooled down with the ice cream you have in your dirty competitor shop. That made 0 sense.
He has sent over $80,000 trying to meet this man in person to get him home safely. Let's see if we can dive in and help her get some answers.
Whoa.
Real quick, guys.
Perry's
don't
diving
forget
in,
to
I tell
like,
you.
comment, and subscribe.
Go do
Your
that.
comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed.
But
Let's
you
get
already
into
are.
Hello, I'm Stephanie, and I'm a registered nurse.
Sure.
Like to work out, so I go to the gym probably about 5 days out of the week. I also like to swim and try to keep active and do things that are wonderful to keep me in shape. I try to
Nice.
watch what I eat and stay healthy as possible. I was married for
Okay.
31 years.
Right.
My husband was the love of my life. Ended up having 2 children, a son and a daughter.
Okay. Was that a fire engine?
We would do all kinds of things together as a family. It's just a very sad situation that has happened when he decided he didn't want to be with us anymore. And we had talked to him the evening before to get him help. We wanted to take him to a social worker. We would take him to a psychiatrist. We offered all these different things for him. Didn't want to do it.
What?
But I can say that I don't have any regrets, and that he was a wonderful man, and he was my husband. So, and we fell in love, and to death did we part. So that's kind of how that happened.
I don't understand what's happened there. I'm assuming he just, got fed up and wanted a different life? Or did he also find someone else? I say also because she found some, but it was... Shut up, H. Do you know that's a scary thing about relationships? That's a scary thing about marriages in general. You can be hunky-dory, right? And I'm not talking about the little fish from Nemo has decided to hit the gym when I say hunky-dory. How dare whoever that is message me. Cut right here. But as I was saying, as I received a text from Royal Mail, you scammers, it's like you're listening. Are you listening? You're scamming me whilst I'm watching scam reactions? Get a grip of yourselves. But that's a scary part about all of this, isn't it? You can just be married for however many years. You're just chilling in the bed next to each other. And your partner is thinking inside their head, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna leave tomorrow. I'm scared of marriages. And yes, you can see that the microphone is new, and I've leaned in to talk to it about who knows how many times. Get used to it, alright? Because I'm fanboying right now over this.
Stop it. Get some help.
After the passing of Stephanie's husband in December of 2021, she was left alone.
Rest in peace.
After a few years of grieving, she decided to get back out there and meet some new people by opening a dating profile.
So
Never
I
the
went
way.
on to a social media site called Silverlights, which is for older individuals to meet each other, and that's how I met him.
Is there a gold light? Because if they're single, silver. I've messed it up. Just Perry.
We matched like at 149. I've never had that. I've never been in the 150, 149s. So
Right.
we were very compatible based upon the number.
I'm gonna pause it there. I'm sorry, but the text messages are green, and because I've got a green screen, I swear if the messages have disappeared, then I apologize for that.
149. I've never had that. I've never
What's that
been in
mean?
the 150, 149s. So we were very compatible based upon the number indicated on our match.
What is
He was a perfect match for me. And so that was the first time I was involved with social media site.
No. Sorry. What do you mean? A 149 match? Is this like some kind of children's game where you put in your crush's name and your name and you see how compatible you are together? What do you mean there's a score, bro? What website is this? They are scamming you, literally telling you, oh, but you match 149, by the way. No, sorry, you match 150 now. What a disgraceful website. Let's get to know each other
The
first.
individual's name is Perry Anderson, and he looks Scandinavian. He has light brown hair, at least 6'1".
I'm
He's
sorry.
fairly thin.
So sorry, but if you look on your if anyone can tell me what part of this man's hair is light brown, I will send you a virtual cookie. I'm begging someone to tell me where the brownness is in any of this.
And in shape. He looks to me like he could be even a model.
All right,
He
sure.
seems to be very attractive. His photo looked like it was a professional photo.
Right, sure. In the
Well,
car.
he would call me Steph or honey, my love,
Oh my
those
goodness.
type of things. And he was very endearing. He knew how to make me feel loved, and he wanted to make sure that I knew that first month that he loved me very much and wanted to get to know me.
How, if there was ever a time in the world, which, poor choice of words, that didn't make sense, but if there was ever a sign that you needed to know that someone truly loves you, wait for them to, shorten your name. Stephanie, I'm gonna call you Steph, and now that means we are bonded by blood.
He would call me or talk with me almost every day. He has some fluent language, but their English is not his first language. I think there's a little bit of an accent. Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
babe.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
The first few weeks of the two chatting
Oh.
were great. They were excited to hear from each other every day and night. The only thing in the way of the two meeting in
Headed to
person
work.
was Perry's engineer contract
Oh,
in
he's
Turkey.
an engineer.
He just pursued and made it a point to make sure he talked to me almost every day and letting me know how much he cared about me, how much he loved me,
Right.
and how he really wanted me to be his wife.
Oh, in a month.
And
That's
I
crazy.
told him that I was not ready to get married, but he said, okay, well, I'll wait for you. When you're ready, we'll get married, and I will take care of you and be with you and love you.
I'm gonna pause it there because I want to understand, we'll say, the victims in every single story when you don't meet someone, right? And they're proposing marriage to you. Aren't you creeped out? Your first marriage, did you meet your husband? Well, of course you did. And
No, I promise. Like, and even it's a been.
Someone answer me that. Why is it these people just assume that marriage is the way forward? And yes, 100%, let's get married one day down the line, even though we've never met each other. Now, granted, she said, you know, slow your horses, get the engineer truck back in the garage, Mr. Perry Anderson. But someone explain to me, but would you, if you've never met someone, would you get into a relationship with someone? I know what your answer is going to be, but just comment it anyway. Please. Please just comment anything. Please.
Later on, he started being more sexually explicit and wanting to interact in a more sexual way. Wanted to,
whoa!
while he could see me.
Whoa!
And
did he want to choke the chicken? Charm the snake? Put the earth in the garden? Is that what he wanted to do? He wanted, Mr. Perry Anderson wanted to. Oh my gosh, he wanted to, didn't he? Yeah. If you are listening to this right now without headphones and it's blurring out into the room, then I can only apologize for what everyone else might be hearing. It's ASMR. It's H ASMR. It's Hasamar. That's... Get a grip of yourself, Perry. You dirty scammer.
Wanted to see me without my clothes on.
God, what is happening right now? Do your job.
He
Stop being
really
hard.
Demonstrates that he's invested in me as an individual,
Oh, I
and
bet he
that
has.
he loves me and he wants to care for me.
Yeah.
He wants to have with me,
Right.
and that
Are you showing off now?
it's important for him to know that he is very active and that he can be aroused very easily, and demonstrate that by sending me sexual pictures.
After a few months of the
Drew, sorry, please, as he is pointing at me there in that picture. If anyone wants Riz advice or relationship guru wise words, I've lengthened that to an unnecessary amount. But that's what Perry Anderson has done here, so give me a break, alright? If you ever want to let a lady know that you truly are the epitome of a man, let her know that you can easily be aroused. Wow, these are such normal things.
chatting every day, things became serious. Perry told Stephanie he was close to completing his job, but he needed to pay $15,000 to leave the country.
It's not
I
my
think it was
business.
2 months into our relationship, so it's probably sometime in November. He was having financial difficulty, but he said, "No, I need your
Where
help
is he?
because I'm in Istanbul and I can't get access to the account and I need to transfer these monies."
Where is he, sorry? Istanbul. Istanbul? Are we in Istanbul, Turkey? Or Istanbul?
And that he can't get into that account where he had $4 million. And because he couldn't get into that account, it was locked, he had to pay $15,000 was the initial amount. And
For
I
what?
had the money. And because he was working there, these were charges or expenditures that needed to be paid before he could leave the country. So he could not go to the airport and leave until he paid these expenditures. So
What are you
he
talking
used
about?
that money and needed me to transfer it through Coinbase.
Right,
And he
of course.
showed me how to get him the money
Yep.
so that it could be transferred to him and he would have access to it.
Right.
Once the request for money started, it seemed to never stop. Perry would need more money to pay taxes and hospital fees.
Well,
Sure,
with
he's in
those
hospital
few
now.
weeks that went by, it kind of fell apart again. And he said he was going to need more money. So he was going to need about $9,000.
But for
And
what?
so I got him $9,000 and I
What's wrong with you?
transferred it because
Why?
he said this would help him and would meet the government's need for the money.
What?
And then in 2022,
All right.
he started having cardiac problems and
Oh,
needed
goodness.
a pacemaker, needed a defibrillator,
Wow, that's crazy.
needed to have medications and things. And I just said, well, you can't have a pacemaker and a defibrillator. You
Oh,
have
thank
to
you.
have.
Well done.
He-
Your nurse skills have finally been put to use. Wow, crazy.
Just saying things. I'm a registered nurse, so he was just saying things that
Yeah, get that in there.
medically were not right. And I said, your physician doesn't sound like they know what they're talking about. And no, I'm not going to give you any more money so that they can do the cardiac procedures on you. So that made him mad, of course. And then he said I
Whoa.
didn't love him. I didn't care.
Whoa, Perry. Relax. Don't get angry. That's not good for you, man. You're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna hurt your heart. You know, the heart that needs a pacemaker and a defibrillator. Yeah, that's the best you're gonna get out of me. Deal with it, because I am not repeating that word. You're stressing yourself out, Perry. Calm down. But I love how when it comes to, obviously, the medical side of things, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. You can't do it. But everything else, yeah, I'm an idiot.
For him, and that I was putting him at risk of not being able to stay
a bit
alive. And he even tries to order me around when it came to the money, that I had to give him money. And then he'll even start crying if I say no. And one time he was so upset, he said he ran out into the street and almost got hit by a car.
Well, Perry, are you a dog and you're running out onto the street willy-nilly? That's your own fault if you try and get hit by a car. I need everyone to understand this if you're watching this. If you're not watching this and you're doing something in the background, but I'm also in the background, listen up closely. Listen up closely, right? Yes, you. Yeah, listen. If you or anyone that you know is dealing with a situation like this, where the partner is controlling money-wise, and it's only money, why being like this? Just send me 15 grand, it's little, it's chump change. Run away as fast as you can, because clearly to them, your own personal finances don't mean shit, right? They don't care, it's about them. Run.
He was so distraught that I wasn't able to help him with some money so that
he's
he
gonna
could
get hit
get
by
on
a car anyway.
a regular or a private plane with support
Sorry?
from the ambulance. And he said he needed $15,000 so that he could get him to an ambulance and then go to
Why?
a private plane and then be flown to where I live.
Whoa, there's so much to unpack here. I've come from a 69-week vacation. The luggage has been slapped open. We got some unpacking to do. I know fees in America. I don't know where he is. Is he still in Istanbul? But we'll say Istanbul, sure, because the Turkish Taliban have ties in Istanbul, don't you know? I don't know the fees in Turkey or America, right? It must be a lot to call an ambulance. Sure, we'll say that. But 15 grand. If this ambulance doesn't pull up, and it's the Night Rider, yeah? You need to get a grip of yourself. If Hasselhoff isn't picking me up in this ambulance, I ain't coming on board. 15 grand my ass. And another thing. Sorry, this guy wants to take an ambulance to a private plane that will then fly him over to you. But do ambulances... Is this an Uber? Have you called an Uber as an ambulance? Or have you called an ambulance to be the Uber? What the hell does any of this mean? Oh.
And then an ambulance would bring him to my home and he would be here for me.
The ambulance will.
When the day came when he was supposed to leave, after I'd given him the money for the ambulance,
you've done it, actually.
He couldn't show up. He didn't make it.
No, sorry, I have to pause it there because you were so quick to say, I'm a registered nurse. Your doctor's doing wrong things. How dare you with the pacemaker and the defimsel, we'll call it. But now you've sent 15 grand for an ambulance so the ambulance can take him to a plane that will take him to you. Oh, well done. You really are smart. Great medical nurse work you've done there, Stephanie. Or Steph, should I say. Just so we can let her down a bit more gently. Great work.
Over a period of more than 9 months, I would say Perry Anderson received
what a name.
$83,000 from me in various increments, and it wasn't the same amount each time. It was variable, and so I just put it into a spreadsheet so that I could keep track, because I was starting to lose.
Let's go through this. Municipality. Have I mispronounced that? Maybe. Don't know what that is. Ambulance airport. Again, what does that mean? 26 grand. So not even the 15 grand that you spoke about before. It's 26 grand. And then 2 days later, he needed another 6 grand. Honestly, these are great figures that you're showing off here. Look, I've made an express. I've lost my head. You've made an Excel sheet to showcase your own stupidity. I hope you're happy, Stephanie. You will not be getting a job at Microsoft anytime soon.
This is great banter. It really is.
Money actually came from my checking account because I had extra money put aside. And then finally I had to pull some from my retirement fund, which then I have to pay taxes on. And so that was very painful.
I'm going to stop you there because once again, we've come to a stage where people genuinely believe that to win the love of someone, you need to pay and you need to dip into savings to fund their own problems. Well, not fund their problems, but to help solve their problems because, you know, that makes you the perfect partner. You're ride or die. Quite literally, because Perry is pretty much on his deathbed here. But please, everyone, just because you have money set aside for whatever reason, right? You do your own thing with that money, you've put it aside. But you've put it aside for a reason, for a rainy day. Paying for someone else's problems doesn't count as a rainy day. That's a rainy day in hell, and it doesn't rain in hell, so don't do it. And to dip into your retirement fund as well, why would you think that is the necessary way to win over someone's love? I need these victims to understand that most of them were married, right? So did you do this in your previous marriage? Did your partner strip you of so much money? Maybe Perry has stripped you inside of his head, the dirty bastard, but he's stripping you financially now as well. Did your previous husband do that? No? Then why do you think a future partner... Oh yeah, I love him because he's absolutely rinsed my bank accounts. Mwah, baby. Mwah. Don't do it. Your money is your money. Please, everyone. Don't do it to yourself. Take it from someone who's been homeless, okay? Don't do it. Please, save your money.
So once that happened, I just said, there's no more. There's no way I'm going to give any more. It has to stop.
Yeah, good.
When he starts this interaction of wanting to love me and says he loves me and then tries to interact with me in a sexual way, it gives me a feeling of being loved and wanted and cared for. But then within a matter of days, he's asking for money again. And then I feel used. And
I've heard this scenario too many times, all right? If a man, I mean, Perry, would you call the scammer a man? Who knows? But if anyone is only messaging you when they're horny, you know, you're sexy, that's a red flag, all right? They don't give a shit about you. They're only trying to literally get their nut off, right? Because you've seen it there. Man said you're sexy and then came back a couple of days later talking about money. I don't know if Stephanie has self-esteem issues here, but maybe you could say she does, because a little few messages, you're sexy, etc. Now, whilst I understand that would make you feel good, I can understand it, right? But then, of course, in that moment, it's one thing. You need to step out of that moment and say, hang on a second, only messaging me to call me sexy, let's get some nudes, etc. And then just switch back straight to talking about money. I need your money. You gotta take a step back in these situations. And you gotta take a step back in life in general when emotions are involved, alright? Any sort of feeling you might have, horny, definitely do not make decisions when you feel horny, okay? But take a step back in any situation where emotions are running rampant and they're at the forefront, because you will make horrible decisions. Remember that.
That he's manipulating me in order to get more money from me instead of really trying to get out of there and come home. Because if he has all this money, why can't he get to it? And he gives me all these excuses. There may be an opportunity for us to have a relationship, but
no.
I don't know. My gut is telling me it's not true. I don't believe he really is the real person, but another side of me really would like him to be real and pay me back the loan that I gave him.
Never happening.
In full. And he even says he's going to give me interest on top of that.
Okay. Oh, so he was in Turkey, but he was in Istanbul. There's Istanbul or Istanbul. Sorry, I said that very uncultured like. But there's Istanbul and then there's Istanbul, like right next to it. It's like the red light district. You go there and you get your S stamped. That don't even make sense, but we're running with it. That does not look real at all. I set my hand under seal. This 0302-2022. No, shut up. I acknowledge receipt of a completed...
He's someone that I could be with in the future if he were truly who he says he is.
Mm-hmm.
That creates a sense of hope and yearning to be with someone when you're alone and you've lost a spouse.
No, stop it. I don't like when these victims use the excuse, right? It's an excuse that they are lonely. No, right? This man hasn't displayed anything. So maybe I bring back the self-esteem issues. I think you do have self-esteem issues. Perhaps maybe you have been alone too long, and perhaps you haven't heard the intimate talk that Mr. Perry Anderson is giving you here. That's understandable. But again, you need to take a step back. Nothing this man has done warrants any love. He's asking you for money continuously. He only speaks nice to you when he's asking you for little nudie sessions, right? Nothing this man is doing is good in a relationship. So why would you want this as a partner for your future life? Nothing makes sense. And that much money. Oh, you'd never get that much money out of me if we ain't married. I tell you that much.
So he fills that void in a way that makes me feel better about having social interaction versus being alone and by myself.
I'm going to stop you right there before, I heard the little ruffling of your voice there again before you start chatting shit in my ears. You said you go gym and you go swimming, except can you not meet anyone at these places? The gym, swimming, then you actually have something in common, right? What do you have in common here with the Mr. Engineer in Istanbul? Tell me. I've clicked my fingers. I don't know if... I need to stop hitting the mic. It's all new. I do like, but shut up. What?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
There's still an emotional tie to him that I really am not ready to give up yet. That's how he's affected me in a very, I guess, positive way, but yet he's affected me in a negative way also.
Where's he getting these suits
There's
from?
a part of me that really doesn't want to believe that he would actually do this to me.
The next day, our team sat down to come up with a game plan.
What is this?
We needed to show Stephanie the truth.
So this is Stephanie. She's 61 years old. she's in contact with a man named Perry who's an engineer.
got Ray-Bans.
She sent him $83,000 to finish a project for hospital fees because he got hurt on the job.
We have the documents up here. I'm just right off the bat noticing some inconsistencies. You know, she has this promissory note where he's basically promising her the money that he had taken from her. Just reading it right off the bat, I mean, she didn't sign it herself. You know, the same goes for the invoice. What do you think, Bree?
Wait a second. Even I didn't realize that at first because I've never seen that kind of note in my life. So did she see this note and see her signature there, which I'm gonna assume is not her actual signature, but she didn't think anything of it? Someone explain to me. Is that note even a real thing? Like, is there actually, I promise I owe you this much? Is that an IOU? Maybe? I don't know.
That there's like a website listed on the invoice.
I actually looked into the website on the invoice, and unfortunately, the website never even existed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Perry sent Stephanie several documents, but none of them seemed to be legit. We were able to track down the real man in these images, so stick around until the end as we break down everything we found to her.
Okay.
People shouldn't be allowed to mess with women like this.
I mean,
really,
sure.
These people are messing with our emotions and our feelings.
If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys.
It's not like they
we
got
appreciate
morals.
you so much. It was now time to sit down with Stephanie and go over everything that we had found.
So Stephanie, our search specialist team looked into all of the information that you sent over to us.
I want the truth. I want to know really what's going on. That's what I want to have happen here.
I love
because
her fringe. It's nice.
Even though I give him money, I don't know what is happening with the money. I don't know if it's really being used to what he says it's being used for.
So why do you proceed to send money? If you don't have a clue what is going on, why do you proceed to send more money? You are a masochist. Once again, I must say, if you believe that the way to win over someone's heart or the way for them to love you is through money, you are in a very bad relationship. You need to run as fast as you can. She goes to the gym, she swims. Backstroke out of there, Stephanie.
Stephanie, you've helped this guy out so much. Every time he's asked for something or needed you to help with something, you've come to his aid. What is it about him, and what is he telling you to get you to believe, that this whole thing could be true?
That he loves me, that when he does get on that plane, he's coming to my home. He's going to come and we're going to be together for the rest of our lives. He's going to take care of me. He's going to pay me back with interest, and that he truly loves me, and that I'm the only one for him. And there is no one else. There's no one else for him other than me. And so with that, he voices his love. And then there is sexual undertones that end up happening. And like last night, he said he did a picture of me naked. I do love him. I do care for him.
You are not telling us the full story. I can tell you that right now. There is no way that you are saying sexual there is nothing undertone about any of this. We are so over right now. It's Cody Rhodes. It's over, right? Who is she? Who is she to tell us and sit there nonchalantly, right? And tell us, yeah, he wants to have a bit of... You are doing it as well. You're not telling us the full story here, right? You are there as well, horny as fuck. Bleep that in the edit, H. Thank you very much. I don't like when the victims sit here. Well, actually, they sit here as the victim and genuinely further victimize themselves because you are doing these things as well, right? You're not being forced here to have a little webcam fun. You probably did it, and that's disgusting. I need to take my glasses off because I don't even want to see it in my head, so I've taken them off. And You know, it doesn't work like that, but just... That stayed in the video.
But at this point, I don't trust him.
We definitely looked through all of the details, especially when it came to the chats. So we were trying to see if there was any information that we could pull from these chats, any...
Sorry for pausing it there, but after sending 83 grand, that's the cutoff point for your trust? After 83... My pockets and other things can be open, Stephanie, for you, all right? If you're just throwing around 83 grand as if it's, you know, a couple pennies on the floor, let's make a wish. I wish Stephanie sends me money because, you know, please. Oh my God, the trust. 83 grand limit, everyone. Remember, if someone tells you, trust me, believe me, you tell them, sorry, but my trust is worth 83 grand, so cough it up.
He had shared with you, and something that kept popping up was this picture.
Wow.
Yes. Okay.
So, and just so you know, in our line of work, this is not new to us. People send us pictures and pictures of other parts of their body all of the time.
He was very persistent, and he would want me to go topless and show him my body. And so there were times that happened.
But what we did do is we took this
What's going on here?
Picture
Whoa.
And ran it through our reverse image search tool.
I'm sorry, but we need to look at Drew's face. Hey, why is he puckering up, huh? Drew! I thought we had, you know, the collab ready. Me and you, but it looks like you're enjoying Perry Anderson. So, are we through? The way she laughed and the way she spoke about it, you know, just persistently, you know, pinning it on the... You are involved. Oh, he's asking me for topless... I'm telling you right now, you asked him, slap your shawarma right there on the garlic bread. I've disrespected Turkey right there, I tell you that much. Slap your shawarma right on the pita bread, Mr. Perry. I want to see you produce the garlic sauce. You are dirty, Stephanie. You might be the horniest on here.
Reverse image search tool.
And reverse searching
what we had found
dicks.
Was a match. And it linked back to a popular adult film actor.
Who?
Oh.
Who is it?
Okay.
Look at her smiling.
When we dug into this photo, obviously the guy in, you know, that this belongs to looks nothing like the guy that you think you're talking to.
How do you know?
What?
How do you know? How do you know? I can't emphasize it. How do you know? How do you know that the dick doesn't belong to Mr. Perry Anderson? How do you know? How do you know that the dick doesn't belong to Perry? Perry, meet me in Paris. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard on this show. No, the dick doesn't belong to him. He doesn't look like he has this dick. How do you know, genuinely? How do you know?
Why would he send you a photo of another man's...
Maybe he's not as big as he says he is. He
Shut
says he's
up.
at least 8 inches.
Whoa! This is I've pulled up my shorts. I don't know if you can see it. You cannot. And that, regardless, would be on a different platform, I tell you that much. 8 inches, Mr. Perry Anderson. Oh my God, you got the big scoop, haven't you? 8. Wow.
So the picture could be that. I don't know. But
Shut up,
what
man.
is he really?
What's
I don't
going on?
know.
It's freezing.
You know, something else we noticed through the chats was the popular conversation was either, you know, sex or sending and receiving money.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that's normal to you, yeah?
Yeah, he needed the attention, and it was to engage me so that I felt that I loved him. And if I loved him, then he knew that if he asked for money, it would be convincing enough to have me send it. And
Shut up. So basically, you've just proved everything that I was saying before with the whole advising you that if someone is in a position where your money is the only reason or the only way that they can, you know, capture your heart, run. Why would you think this is a normal thing? Did your husband do this? Did he? Rest his soul, by the way.
he asked me that last night. You never really loved me, did you? And it was like, yes, I loved you.
What is going on?
Of course I loved you.
Yeah.
And I have feelings for you.
I bet you.
But I can't give you money. I can't give you the money you're asking for.
So in regard to the immigration document that you sent over, it's titled Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Turkey. So if you went onto the website itself, there's a whole section here for visas, how to apply, visa information. There's nowhere on here where I would receive a document such as this. And this document doesn't even have a title. It just generally saying this is from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and it's not telling you exactly what it's for. When you read the text, it's not 100% clear. There's no way for me to validate this document because I cannot find such document on that site of the government of Turkey.
Oh, okay. All right. Good to know.
Good to
So
know.
for the Istanbul Municipal Council, you received an invoice, correct?
Correct.
We wanted to look into the address and we wanted to look into the website and validate everything. Immediately we found when using website verification tools that this website actually never existed.
Yeah, I didn't believe any of the documents he sent me. But see, that's after I already gave him the money.
Oh.
Or was it? I think there was one time I gave him money after he gave me the promise to repay me the $86,000 I had given him if I paid him the last time. And with that, it was right before the holidays. I was very vulnerable, and I wanted to see him during Christmas, and he was going to come before Christmas, and then it fell apart.
Oh, I bet he was gonna come before Christmas. You dirty, dirty Stephanie. Stephanie the dirty Stephanie. As I think of what my point was, that I've paused it because, so I will repeat, dirty, dirty Stephanie. Why would you assume, or you know, that it's not real, but then proceed to then send more money just because it's the Christmas period? I get it, right? Assuming you were feeling extra lonely because it's the holiday times. But once again, being vulnerable and being lonely, it doesn't justify you sending money to someone that you've never seen. I take that back, actually. You've seen a lot of Mr. Perry Anderson, haven't you? But in the sense of never face to face, don't do it to yourself, please.
And then it was New Year's he was going to come after I'd given him the money, and he still didn't come. So after that, it was like game over. There's no more. There's no more to discuss here. And to me, those documents didn't have any validity anyway. There was no need for me to go and investigate them because I knew those documents weren't real.
Okay, yeah.
We want to end this. We know who the guy in the photos is.
Yeah, so we took all of the images that you'd sent over to us of Perry, and we were able to find a match.
Right.
Perry is not Perry. The real person in the image, his name is Alan, and he's a guitarist. He's a music producer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
What does that mean?
Wow.
What does that mean?
So what does this guy really look like then? That's the question.
Who?
He is the man in the images that you've grown
a relationship with, right? But his images have been stolen. He has a completely different personality, completely different name, occupation, but unfortunately he's also a victim in this as well, because, you know, someone's stolen his images for the purpose of financial gain.
Yep.
It makes me, I'm disappointed. It's confirming why I was seeing the red flags, why I thought it's probably not him. It's a relief to know that.
Ain't it funny how every single victim, or 99%, because there's some that, you know, take accountability, but most of them, when they've, you know, been told by the catfish team that, hey, this person's not real, they go, you know what? I knew it. Man knew it, like, deep down, you know, in the soul, yeah? When we flush out all the horny juices from within ourselves, I knew it. But I still sent money because, you know, I'm a smart nurse.
He is a scammer. And this guy is saying things and lying to me, but he'll turn around and say that I lie. So
that's how it works.
He's good. He's good at what he's doing. So he's playing the game well.
Shut up.
And listening to his voice, from our expertise, we've been doing this, you know, we've been in business for about a decade, over a decade now. We've heard all kinds of different accents. One that is super common to us and that we can tell right off the bat when it is a West African accent. And Perry, he has a West African accent.
Hello?
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 Oh, the same recording.
Babe?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. I was trying to move on and
Yeah.
try to establish a new
Well, I get it.
relationship
We've seen this message 3
with someone
times now.
who I felt loved me in return. And I really did feel he loved me in return.
Okay, sure.
People shouldn't be allowed to mess with women like this.
I agree.
Really, these people are messing with our emotions and our feelings.
Yep, I agree.
And it's not right. It's not fair. It's just terrible.
I agree. No doubt, I agree. But
I don't wish this on anyone.
I don't know why you would, because then that would be weird. But I agree with you that these scammers shouldn't target women. They shouldn't target anyone. Realistically, they should get real jobs. But unfortunately, such is life, and they exist. However, I will say that whilst they are manipulating your feelings, you need to work within yourself so that your feelings aren't so easily manipulated. If that makes some sort of sense, right? Now, I'm not saying it's all her fault. She's been manipulated. She has allowed it to happen. She's the one who needs to go and... Basically, I'm not saying it's all her fault, because scammers are a piece of shit, right? They are. They always will be. And even in the past, they always were. Have I said that already? Maybe. But I say that she needs to work within herself, in the sense, bringing in the self-esteem again, right? If someone is so... What's the word I'm looking for here? But if someone is capable of manipulating you so easily, right? With a few messages of, you know, get your top off. Here's my dick for some reason. Or, you know, with the whole money talk. If someone is so easily capable to do that to you, you need to look within yourself and you need to realize you know, you have caused this yourself. And again, it's not all her fault, because the scammers, of course, they are good at what they do. But again, we've got another victim who I believe did not seek the professional support after the marriage ended in the first place, and then obviously seek support after, well, the ex-husband then passed. So there's grieving on multiple levels. One, of course, with the marriage ending the way it did. And then, of course, with the passing away of the ex-husband. I don't think she grieved enough. And obviously, when man sent the dick pics, she bing 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 bing. Wow, I'm feeling the love again. When it's sad, it is sad. As much as I sit here and make jokes in my shit chair, it is sad. But these victims need to understand that they are also to blame.
I mean, how can people just flat out lie on a continual basis? I mean, we met, what, October, November of 2021.
Yes.
That's how long this relationship's been going on with Perry.
It's not
or
Perry.
whoever this guy is.
Yeah.
We want to take the wallets that were involved in this case, and what we're going to do is we're going to flag them. So we have access to crypto tools, and so we are going to use the wallets that you sent us. We're going to flag them through our tool. And so they're basically going to be on a watch, right? So they're going to see if there's any other connecting wallets or criminal activity attached to these wallets. However, we do recommend you starting with a police report because this may bring awareness to other people in the United States or in your area that are also being scammed by this same exact person. So if we can start a paper trail, what they can do from there is push this forward. And if they suspect criminal activity with a wallet, they could request a KYC. And so basically, just to explain crypto a little bit, it's not as anonymous as everyone thinks. When someone signs up for a crypto wallet, they have to provide personal information, their ID. And so this is definitely someone that owns this wallet, but in order to get to that information, we have to do our due diligence and file reports with the specific authorities to get to that point. So it may be a long road ahead, but I think that if you follow these steps, there may be some recourse in finding out who this person is behind these.
I don't know if it's just me, but can you hear like someone banging on a desk or some shit? I don't know what's going on there. And that whole speech about crypto. Sorry, Brianne. I didn't understand a word. I zoned out. All right? When someone says to me crypto, when crypto is mentioned, I start tiptoeing away.
And we're gonna be here, to kind of guide you through this whole thing. It is, like Brianne said, it is a long road. One of the instant things that we wanted to do for you was give you access to our new tool, which is called Unfrauded.
On this channel,
and with this tool, it's an AI system. You'll be able to drag and drop either chats or documents, photos inside a chat box, and it'll spit out and let you know, hey, this is a scam, block them, get rid of them, and move on to the next one, right?
Great. No, that's awesome. To the next who? I appreciate that.
Huh?
Anything to do to help eliminate this again, that's what it's all about.
No, how about
I want to confront him, and then I'm just going to delete his account.
You don't care.
After I want him to know, I know he scammed me.
He doesn't
I want him to
shit.
know that, no, you're not going to give me back my money. You have taken my money, and you had never had an intention of paying me back. And I'm just saying, he repeatedly lied to me.
I need everyone to understand this, and you probably already do understand this, but if someone watching this right now doesn't understand this, they don't give a shit, right? If you tell them, hey, you scammed me, I can't believe you lied to me, you know who you say, they're laughing, bro. They're gonna put on a voice like, yeah, oh, babe, please, I'm so sorry. They don't give a shit. As soon as that call ends, they're moving on to the next person. Please. I know it might feel good to get it off your chest, but it might be better just saying it to the wall, because the wall has a better chance of feeling some kind of sympathy for you.
And made me feel something that I probably should never have felt for someone. A confirmation of that is very important, because if you have any doubt, which I had a little bit of doubt,
I doubt
that it might
I doubt
be,
that.
Or might, but my red flag was this can't be real. I don't believe this at all. But the fact that he was even willing to sign some of those documents as Perry Anderson when he's not even really Perry Anderson is, just speaks to how
what
unethical he is as a person. He doesn't care. He wants to get his money any way he can.
Yes, thank you. I don't know what you're trying to explain here, but yes, I mean, if you think that a man who sends another man's dick as a dick pic, but then probably behind the screen is wanking himself, if you think that is someone who can't sign a paper, then my, you might be more naive than I thought. I thought, by the way. Great speaking there. Thought. Oh, it's ended. After the interview, Stephanie decided to block Perry, right? And proceeded with her intention. Oh, she's still online dating. Okay.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Remember, all of our new videos go out every
Thursday?
Wednesday. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, Seekers. We'll see you guys next time.
And you guys should also like and subscribe to this channel and this video. Please. Please, because the views are actually going down. I don't know what's going on. What did we learn? The main taking point from here is that if someone, it doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman, is speaking with you, and they only seem to engage with you in sexual conversations or when the conversation pertains money, you need to run as far as you can, because that is not someone who genuinely cares about you as a person. So please, don't do it to yourself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully the setup is to your liking, because if it's not, and, you know, somehow it's worse than before, then I've wasted money, and, you know, I'm gonna cry about that. So, but yeah, if there is anything, you know, mishaps, right? It's the first time I've recorded like this, so obviously, forgive me. I'm still, like, figuring stuff out. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Any suggestions you have for other shows, maybe, etc. I want to preface this now, though. If it is another show and it gets hit with, like, copyright and blocks, then you will see it, if I can, of course, like, heavily chopped up, which I don't really like to do, but if it's necessary and I have to cut out so many things, then it is what it is, right? So hopefully people still watch it, but yeah, the channel right now is in a bit of is plateauing. It's in a bit of a limbo. People are not really clicking the videos, unfortunately, which makes me cry, to be honest. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy, nevertheless. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and remember, you are worth more than a sexual conversation. Take care, peace, and if you want to see more, of course, there will be plenty of fish up there. Bye.